So will you be able to do that, you think? Okay. I just called Zoom up.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the call here. We've got Jalen Suggs. Coach Few will join us in a few minutes. We ask that you please identify yourself before you ask a question. Just a reminder that this entire press conference will be archived on the Sanford Pentagon YouTube channel after it's over. We'll go ahead and take some questions from the media room at the Sanford Pentagon first. Go ahead, Dylan.
Don Doxey from the Quad City Times. I'm just wondering, Aaron, you hadn't had a lot of success from 3-point range this season, and today it was like you couldn't miss for a while. How would you explain that?
This past week and a half, since we were dealing with all the COVID issues and things like that, I spent a lot of time in the gym by myself, just late at night, going and spending some time in there, getting shots up on the gun. And coming into this weekend, I really felt like my jump shot improved, and I felt really comfortable with it. Yesterday at shoot around, I was telling everybody to shoot his gym. It feels really good in here. And I just came out today confident, and the guys kept confidence in me throughout the game. Shots went in. It's always doing shots going in.
And Mark, I'm going to register. What did you see on Iowa's defense that you thought you could exploit today?
Early on, we just tried to, attack ball screens, get Luka up, and try to, get him in the ball screen so we can get rolls and slips and things like that, and ball movement. I think we did a really good job of that early, and I think in the second half, some of that started to fade a little bit, and the ball started to stick. But I think when we moved the ball and share it and, cut and things like that, I think we're really hard to guard. We have a lot of confidence in each other. And, again, when we just play and have fun and play our kind of basketball, good things happen.
Up here.
Jalen McCaffery, Sanford Health News. As far as just your growth as a player, this is only your 4th college game. Did you feel like you took a step forward today, or you're getting a little bit more familiar with the sorts of things that your team is going to want from you? Oh,
definitely. I think this game, for me particularly, was a really good learning experience. I had a couple talks with Coach and just on some things. It's just about slowing down. Keeping it simple, letting the game come to me. I think times when I start to force and do too much, I think that's, when I start to have trouble. So just trying to stay calm and stay confident and do the simple things. On the game. Simple things.
Yeah, it was just
simple things, often have the biggest impact. They might not always be as flashy, but it's a bottom line industry, and they get 2 points on the board.
Just a reminder to please mute your microphones, please.
Here, Paul.
You good up there, Dylan?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. We'll take some questions now from Zoom. If you have a question, please use the wave or hand function in Zoom. We'll start with Jim Meehan. Go ahead, Jim.
Hey, Jalen, just curious what this last 2.5 weeks has been like with the layoff and not many practices, how quickly the rust maybe lingered with the team, and how the gas tank was in the second half.
It was a pretty challenging 2 weeks. I think one thing that we did really well is, we all stayed in contact and, we all kind of stayed level-headed. We knew we would get through it. We knew we would play again. And I think, we just continued to work. We did, Zoom film. Like I said, I got in the gym by myself and, worked on my game. And I think with us, we have such great team chemistry. It's really hard, to lose that. It's how close we are, how much confidence we have in each other when we get out on the court. We don't care who scores. Tonight was my night. We've seen in the past, Corey and Drew have big games, and, Joel with 18 boards. I think collectively, when we all play together, as a unit, we're really hard to stop. And I think the team chemistry is a big testament to that.
Go ahead, Dana O'Neill.
Jalen, I was wondering, you talked about that team chemistry. I know you're the stops and starts. How do you actually get team chemistry?
We spent a lot of time together in the summer. Just hanging out, whether that's out at Few's cabin, all together, just in the gym, and playing together. Getting up and down, and like I said, just building. Playing together. And I think it was a bit of a struggle for me, especially just trying to, find my place here in the summer. And I think the guys really welcomed me in and took me under their wing. And I've learned a lot from them. And like I said, all of us are so unselfish. It doesn't matter whose night it is, because somebody goes off, and we get the win. We know it's our night, and any win is a good win for us. So I think we're just all really close. This is a team full of great people, and that's one of the main reasons I came here, and I've loved it.
We'll take a couple more questions for Jalen. Go ahead, Brianna Green.
Hi, Jalen. There's starting to be a lot of whispers out there that you could, potentially be taking over that #1 spot in the NBA draft. Just how does that kind of hit you? Being in that conversation this early in the season.
It's great to hear, but I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on here and the now and, continuing to win and build with my guys. I think, them along with the coaching staff have done a great job of, keeping me grounded and, helping me just keep the outside noise out and continue to work every day. And that's what I'll continue to do. And whatever happens in the future happens. And I know that's all God's plan. But for right now, I'm locked in with my guys here.
All right. Thanks, Jalen. Appreciate it. We'll have Coach Mark Few come up here. Here in the Sanford Pentagon media room. Go ahead, Dylan.
Hey, Coach, it's Anders from the Gonzaga Bulletin. I just want to ask, you were able to build a pretty substantial lead in the second half of the first half, sort of build that up. What was your strategy in talking with the guys to keep that going through the second half of the game?
We tried to continue with the things that we were having success with. I thought our ball movement and sharing the ball, getting into multiple actions and making our reads was really good. And obviously we shot the ball extremely well, especially in that first half. And then later in that half, after kind of settling in, I thought we defended and hit all kind of our coverages defensively, both on Garza, but also getting out on their shooters, which we were very worried about because they got just so many great shooters out there on the perimeter.
Mark, coming from the Des Moines Register. What was your strategy on Garza, and how do you think you guys executed that today?
He's a handful. He's a wonderful player, and he about fouled our whole team out. So we're going through our usual post coverages that we have. We're bringing doubles from different areas, but then also we were very concerned about their 3-point shooters and just giving those guys open looks out there. So we're pulling our doubles, putting them on, pulling them off, and trying to do some things. But I can't sit here and say it works when he had 30 on us and 10. But he's a heck of a player, and they do a great job. The staff does of putting him in positions that make it hard to double, And if you do, if you don't execute the double properly, you're going to pay. So, and those guys around him really know how to play.
Coach, how do you explain a game like this to the players, given that it's neutral site, great opponent, but it's Sioux Falls and you're going to a different place? How did you explain that when it came up that you were going to come out here to play?
My guys don't care, man. They're ballers. They don't care. They want to play. They want to play in games like this. They were looking forward to it. We were the biggest concern for all of us was just how long we were off. Our conditioning was ended up being better than I expected, but it still wasn't, pre-layoff. But I think most of them have heard of the Pentagon. It's kind of well known out there. They've seen it on television. Maybe some of them played some AAU here back in the day, and they were fine with it. And we were looking forward to the challenge. Anytime you can get in a 1 versus 3 game, that's a heck of a memory for a lifetime.
All right, Paul, we're all good.
Okay, thanks. Let's start with Jim Meehan.
Hey, Mark, really used your bench quite a bit there, especially in the first half. I imagine just to spread out the minutes coming off the break, and then what you got from those guys, Cook and Ballo and Andrew were big for you.
Yeah, well, I think we all know what Andrew's capable of. So I don't know if I consider him coming off the bench, but he's a nice luxury to have. We needed to. We had again strange situation where I don't think the first media hit till well under 16, and our guys were really gassed. So I tried to kind of utilize some timeouts there to get our wind back. And then, the 2 freshmen, Julian and Dom, have just been snake bit by either having to sit out due to COVID or the team having to sit out due to COVID or also starting the fall camp and into the games with some injuries. So, they're to the point where we're really trusting them out there now, and hopefully moving forward, we can get them more and more minutes. And obviously, Umar gives us some size and we did a couple nice things in there, but we're still kind of looking for more growth and development from that spot also.
Take 2 more questions for Coach Karthik. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Karthik Venkatram, Come 2 Sports. Earlier this week, you called preparing for this game after the pause one of the toughest challenges of your career. Looking back on it, how do you feel you were able to get this done and pick up the win today?
Just because I have incredibly courageous and competitive guys that just love to play and they love to hoop together. That was the whole key. And it was not easy. We were gassed, especially in that second half. And we were under all kinds of foul pressure and adversity based on that. And, but it just shows the type of competitors they are, the type of character they have. And I was banking on that, but again, we saw practice, first day back from this COVID layoff. The staff needed to wear catcher's masks or something. The balls were flying all over the place just to be safe. So we got that a little bit under control. We still had a lot of turnovers due to Iowa's pressure, but I'm proud of just how they competed because, I wasn't sure how we'd handle coming back from that.
And final question from Vincent.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. My question for you is, understanding the circumstances that you guys were in, like these past couple of weeks, obviously, only having a couple of days to practice and playing against the number 3 team in the country with arguably the best player in the country. How impressive would you say this win really was? And is this one of the more impressive wins and performances that you've seen in your coaching career here at GU?
It's right up there when you just, I think Iowa's really, really good. And I think they're, on their way to a really special year. Their chemistry and cohesiveness and character. There's like looking at kind of mirror images out there, and guys that like to play together and know how to play, probably more importantly than anything. yeah, I mean, the game scared the heck out of me. That's why I made that statement. And you know, I'm immensely proud of how my guys responded because, you know, it was a tough 2 weeks and not doing a whole heck of a lot. But you know, I think that shows their feel for the game, you know, their basketball intelligence, and also, you know, just how much they like playing together for us to come in here and be able to execute against such a high level opponent.
Yeah. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yep. Guys, it's fun battling you. You have an awesome year, dude. You're a role player. So are you. All right. What you do, guys. Keep listening to your coaches. Yeah, hey,
Joe.
Is there something I do with these? And you guys want to say?
They're yours, baby.
Huh?
They're yours.
Want me to sign them and give it back to you guys? Auction mine back home, man.
Joe, you can sit by Luka. That you're good. We'll start with you guys, then we'll bring Coach in.
You take the mask off or leave it on?
That's fine. Yep. Hi, everybody. Wieskamp and Coach McCaffrey here. We'll start with a few questions for the players before we turn it over to Coach. Start in the media room upstairs. Go.
Hey, Luka, I just wanted to ask you what you saw out of them defensively on you and how you had to adjust to that today.
And I think they were switching it up. I think sometimes they were doubling off my dribble, sometimes just right off the catch. So I was just trying to adjust as much as I could. And in the first half, I just kind of got a feel for what I was going to see for the rest of the game. And I think, you know, when our team was doing a really good job of moving the ball around, especially in the second half, and we got out in transition, and that was able to free it up a little bit more for me in the post. They can't, you know, send the double when, you know, Weezy's going from three, and they just get a little bit more nervous when our guys are shooting well, and they can't help all the way over. So, you know, Weezy made them pay a couple of times, and that opened it up for me. So, you know, we did a good job moving the ball around.
Yeah, for either Luka or Joe, what did they do to keep you guys from getting open looks from three? Because that looked like that was a big factor in the game.
I think overall they did a pretty good job defensively on us. They mixed it up, like Lucas said, doubling him on the dribble, the catch. They were flying at shooters. There were a couple of times I think I could have shot fakes, try to get a pull up or a shot fake sidestep, things like that. But for the most part, I think we did a good job offensively. The defensive end is where we need to improve. They were getting out in transition too much. They're having it at will, really.
Yeah, Joe, you talked about the defense. What adjustments did you guys make at halftime? Because it was better in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're getting out in transition. They shot it really well from three, so we got to do a better job of finding their shooters. Obviously, Suggs got it going, hit 7 of them. So once he's getting it going, we got to get up into his space, make him put on the floor more, and just recognize that.
We have one more question up here.
Hey, Luka, you guys are a veteran team now, first loss of the season. As a leader on this team, you know, how do you hope that this team is able to bounce back and keep this going forward?
I think the most important thing is to learn from it. You know, we got a group of experienced guys, and we know what it feels like to win big games. We know what it feels like to lose. So, you know, we gotta take this to the film room, learn from what we did wrong, and now we're on to the Big Ten season and our goals in that. So we know we got to be tougher, especially on the glass. We're a better rebounding team than we showed tonight, and we will be in the future.
Thanks, Dylan. Let's take a few more questions for the student athletes. We'll start with Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
Luka, excuse me, I'm going to have to speak up here. Well, what was the problem on the rebounding? Because it seemed to be a game-long thing, and the 50-50 balls just didn't seem to favor you guys at all.
I think what you said last was important. You know, we didn't get enough 50-50 balls. You know, I think there were some weird bounces. We got to make sure that, you know, we adjust to them and go after them with all we got. And I don't think we did that tonight. And, you know, for us to win these kind of games, we need to be the tougher team. We need to be the grittier team. We need to get those 50-50s. So That's a battle we need to make sure for the rest of the season we win.
Chad, go ahead.
Hey, Luka and Joe, if you could both weigh in on this. I mean, after playing 40 minutes against Gonzaga, is that a team you feel like, if you had another shot at them, maybe down the road, you could hang with them?
Yeah, absolutely. Like Luka said, there's a lot of learning points from this game. We were terrible on the defensive glass. They had quite a few offensive rebounds, second chance opportunities. Obviously, they shot it well, but at the same time, they were getting second chance opportunities. So we need to do a better job of that. But I think, like you said, we got to learn from this, get in the film room, and we look forward to that opportunity if it comes later on in the season.
Yeah, I have extreme confidence in our group, and I think we can beat this team, and we just know that we got to play better and play to our potential, and we will do that for the rest of the season. But now, we're focused on the next game. Purdue.
All right, we'll let the student athletes go. Thank you, guys. We'll turn it over to questions for Coach McCaffrey.
Hey, Fran, what did you see as the keys defensively to stop this team? And I guess, how did you have to adjust in the second half?
Well, they got a lot of weapons. So, you got to try to stop all of it. It starts with transition and then ball screen defense and then rebounding. In the first half, we didn't do a good job in transition, credit them. We had that one stretch where nothing was falling. We missed 4 or 5 shots that normally go in for us, and we got to be a little bit better. To their credit, they pushed it and scored. We needed to get back and get a stop. Okay, so we had a decent possession going offensively. The shot didn't go. Get back, get everybody underneath Suggs, find their shooters, and then fight them on the glass. They made that one run in the first half, which is really, I think, if you look at it, maybe the biggest difference in the game. There's like a 13-0 run. We lose by 11. We fought, but we just have to be a little bit better there. Our offensive rebounding in the second half was better. We got 11. Really didn't go back and get our misses in the first half like they did.
Yeah, Fran, you really got a lift from Joe T. Can you talk a little about the way he played for you, especially in the second half?
I think we needed to speed the game up at that point, and he provided the penetration, and he was really good finishing, getting to the rim, and like Joe said, they were doubling Luka, and they were doing a really good job of closing out and flying at our shooters. So we got a shot fake and move it a little bit better, but that gave Joe a little more space. He took advantage of it and really impacted the game in a huge way.
Yeah. Why did you think that was your best option?
Could you repeat the question?
Sorry, Fran. I said, looked like you played a lot of man-to-man today. Why did you think that was your best option against this team?
Well, when we played zone, it was terrible. So it's pretty simple.
One more question up here.
Hey, Coach, at the beginning of this season, you mentioned Keegan Murray as a freshman who you expected to get rotation minutes. You showed a lot of trust in him playing down the stretch. What have you seen about his game early on in this like so much?
It's activity. He's not a mistake guy. So he's on the glass at both ends. He slides his feet. He can switch and keep a small guy in front of him. He can switch and guard a bigger guy. He's really smart, and that kid's just going to keep getting better.
We'll take questions via Zoom now. If you've got a question for Coach, please use the hand or wave function and identify yourself. We'll start with Mike.
Fran, a lot was made of this game, but it is a December non-conference game, and in March it's going to feel a long way away. When you look back, what do you think you will have gotten from playing this game?
Well, like I said, you're playing a team that's really talented. You've got a great coach. You're playing a team that has an expectation of winning. So they're not typically a mistake team. We did force probably more turnovers than usual and maybe more than they wanted to commit. But, we kind of tried to speed the game up at that one point. I thought this team challenges you in a lot of ways. They play fast. They push the ball. They execute really well with their half-court offense, and they rebound, and they have depth, and they've got some veteran guys coming off the bench. So, it's kind of a great game to play right before conference play starts, because we're going to play a physical team that rebounds and has veteran guys as well on Tuesday. So, I think like Luka said, you got to learn from it. We made some mistakes. We did some good things. And I think you have to try to say, okay, where can we get better collectively? Where can we get better individually? And how can I build the confidence on some guys that maybe didn't get to play as much? Because we're going to need all those guys moving down the road here.
Go ahead, Chad Leistikal.
Hi, Fran. Obviously, the shooting numbers we're not used to seeing: 4-22 from 3, 14-26 from the line. Number one, any explanation for that? And number two, does that give you a little encouragement, thinking if you just shot a little better, could have been a different outcome?
I think that's a fair point, Chad. I didn't expect to shoot 4 for 22. We got really good shooters. I thought for the most part, with the exception of 1 or 2 where I thought we were contested, I thought we moved it and took open shots. Good shooters shooting open shots. To their credit, they made their threes. And then we were behind a lot of the game, and that happens sometimes. So you miss a couple, then you miss some more, and then our main success was driving the ball and throwing it inside. So we get to the free throw line. We're in a double bonus relatively early in the second half, but then we missed 12 free throws, which you're right is also very uncharacteristic of our team. But again, I think it's a function of we're fighting them on the glass, we're pressing, a little bit of fatigue, and that's not an excuse because you got to play that way, and we've got to be able to play that way consistently, especially in this league.
We take one more question for Coach. Good. All right. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Again, this press conference will be archived on the Sanford Pentagon YouTube channel within a matter of minutes. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.